Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Rat Lab report. Yes, another episode in my little podcast thing, I guess, is what you could call it. That seems to be the format I'm going with, so yeah, let's call it that. Yeah, I did not originally intend to make a Rat Lab report. I wanted to do a review of something, but right now I don't have access to the game that I want to review. And I was working on a script for something else. Not a review, just another one of those experimental things that's outside the realm of video games. It's more like a video essay type of thing. But as I finished the script, I started hesitating and I'm like, do I really feel like making this one? I don't know. You know, I have finished the script for it, but now I'm feeling like I don't know, my heart's not really in it now. So, instead, I'm making a report since it has been a little while since the last Rat Lab report, which was back in March. Me talking about Emerald City Comic Con and all the stuff that happened there. And given that there has been some stuff that has happened since then, I figured why not have a little chat about all that instead. Just a little talk, you know, as per usual. I got my bottle of water here in case I get thirsty, like right now. There we go. It is about 10 in the morning as I'm recording this on May the 1st. So that means this Rat Lab report is going to be for the month of April, pretty much. With, you know, like beginning of May, like me detailing the stuff that I do and don't have planned for the month of May, that kind of thing. Which, if I remember correctly, there is something going on late this month that I'm thinking about doing. I have to look into the details of, though. But I'll get to that in a bit. I will get to that in a bit because it requires a little bit of context. So, first thing to discuss, apologies if my little avatar here is moving a bit erratically. It is picking up on sounds that I don't think it should. But oh well. So, either way, as for let's begin with the biggest thing that happened. The biggest thing that happened this time around was SakuraCon. Yes, you'll probably see like the logo for it on the thumbnail of this video. I went to SakuraCon this year. It was the very first time I've been to SakuraCon. But I had a few reasons to go. SakuraCon, for those who don't know, SakuraCon is an anime convention in Seattle. It takes place in the Seattle Convention Center, which is now 2 convention centers that go by different names. They're technically the same convention center, the whole thing. But yeah, SakuraCon, it's a relatively small time anime convention. I wouldn't say it's a small anime convention. I'd say it's it's like the AA of conventions, right? That makes sense? Kind of like it's AA in terms of size. Like, New York City or LA Comic-Con would be like or even Dragon Con would be like the AAA, or even PAX. That'd be like the AAA industry of conventions. Your local geek con that nobody outside the state hears about, or uh, is probably like your indie convention, right? And then there's something like SakuraCon, which is bigger than your local, but not entirely regional or major. It's just big enough to attract a sizable audience. But for instance, SakuraCon was apparently not big enough to attract the scalpers. It wasn't big enough to attract the scalpers, the scammers, and the hustlers outside the convention centers. It was kind of weird for me to see walking around the convention centers and not seeing anybody trying to push their mixtapes on anybody. Nobody yelling badges, get your badges here. Nobody yelling about trying to buy and sell badges. And no quote unquote monks trying to shove prayer beads on you and then demand money. There was none of that. And it was very nice. It was very nice to experience that for once. So yeah, that's the kind of size we're looking at here for SakuraCon. And it's not like, hold on, I need to take a sip. I'm talking a little too fast. My bad. I'm getting a little crazy. I got a bunch of energy this morning for some reason. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Now, where was I? Right. So SakuraCon. I learned about SakuraCon because of SOBA, actually. The Seattle Online Broadcasters Association, which I have mentioned a few times before. Since I try to go to their meetups whenever possible, right? I learned about it because SOBA likes to hold a big one of their meetups during the Saturday SakuraCon. And so was last year, I think? Yeah, last year. Last year I went to the SOBA meetup not knowing that SakuraCon was happening, because I just didn't know SakuraCon existed. So I was caught off guard. I believe it was actually my first SOBA meetup period. Was the SakuraCon one from last year. And so I was very confused by why the GameWorks arcade bar place that the meetup is held in. I was confused why it was also hosting a ton of people in like anime cosplay, and why it was playing anime opening music over the speakers and all that stuff. And I was informed of the existence of SakuraCon just next door. So that was a pleasant surprise. So I made note to keep my eyes on that. That was also the year in which the Cheesecake Factory that was right next door to the convention center burned down. Well, I say burned down, it caught fire, but with the way it was constructed, you couldn't really burn it down, but it caught fire. It caught fire that morning. So I wasn't there when it happened, because it happened in the morning, but apparently that it was, since that part of it is like right next to the convention center, they had to evacuate the Artist Alley section of SakuraCon because of all the smoke and shit. So that was interesting. There are still people there. That there were some people I met this year who had some who were, we talked about it a little bit, we reminisced As a funny little memory, someone speculated that the entire thing may have been an insurance fraud because uh, the that cheesecake factory was actually about 2 weeks from closing, was from shutting down for good, um, when it caught fire. So somebody speculated, one of the guys at our table where we were talking speculated it was insurance fraud. Mm, mm. Ooh. A little bit of water went down the wrong pipe there. Apologies. Holy shit. But yeah. So what else was I thinking? What else was I thinking of? So yeah. Now, speaking of the people I was talking to this year, Soba not only did a meetup this year, they also booked 2 panel rooms in the Summit building, which is one of the 2 convention center buildings. And they booked two panel rooms worth of space inside the Summit building to hold a little hangout area for fellow Soba associates. So fellow, streamers and YouTubers and other Seattle-based online content creators and stuff like that. And it was there that I actually got to also have a virtual meet and greet with a fellow VTuber that some people may have heard, some people may not have heard. I believe she, as of recording, she's debuting her new model in 2 days. I believe it's 2 days. On like May the 3rd, I think. So depending on when I decide to upload this, she may have already debuted. But a VTuber by the name of Muke, yeah, I think it's Muke. Mookei. Which is if you can't tell by the name, it's supposed to be a cow VTuber, a bovine, if you will. And we had a nice chat. We had a good chat, and me and a bunch of other people along with her. It was just a sit down, hang out, chat. It wasn't really like, it wasn't like a formal Q&A thing, like she was a big celebrity thing. It was just, hang out, chat with some fellow VTubers and other content creators and stuff, and just talk shop and whatnot. Right? It was very nice, very chill, that kind of thing. I liked it. It was a good way to start off the very first day of SakuraCon, in fact. And so through that, I learned through her, I learned of a what was it? I learned of a, what's the term? A Twitch team, I think it's called. Like a streamer group or streamer team or whatever. That is also just a group with its own Discord server and stuff called Smarties. And I decided, hey, fuck it, why not just I'll fucking, since she's apparently, one of the leaders, quote unquote, of Smarties, sure, I'll apply and join up. Why not? More VTubers to hang out and potentially, do collab streams with. And you know what? I got in. So there you go. And me being in there is actually why I did the mystery react stream a while back. That was the result of a Smarties thing. Someone in the, I believe it was, yeah, In the Smarties Discord server, there was some words. Words. They come out of my mouth. I say words. The Smarties Discord server, someone in the server was looking for people to like create a little group of people to potentially do like some occasional react streams and things like that. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll give it a shot. Why not? You know, see what happens. And you know what? It was fun. It was fun. We just watched we talked shit for a little bit and then just watched a few Daily Dose of Internet videos. You know, nothing crazy. Which, you know, I'm perfectly fine doing like watching some like Daily Dose of Internet, because Daily Dose of Internet, you know, one, all the credit to him for the videos, but also he himself credits all the people whose videos show up in his videos. So it's not like a shameless parasite thing that's just, you know, not crediting the original creators and stuff like that. You know, I don't want to end up like that kind of person. So, you know, totally fine watching some Daily Dose of Internet and all that. And it was fun. It was fun. So, who knows? Maybe I'll do that a little bit more often. I'm not really a short form content kind of guy, so I'm not really one to like clip my streams that often, unless something really comes to mind that I think would really be funny to clip. But you know, if any of you who may or may not watch this video and get this far go back in my streams and see anything you think was funny, then feel free to clip it. And feel free to clip it and post it somewhere that I can see it. And if I like it, I might upload it. And I'll be sure to credit you in the description. So yeah. So there was all that. There's a whole big thing. And so now, you know, there's a whole bunch of developments that may potentially come from being in the Smarties team. And generally the people in the Smarties team seem pretty nice. Fun to hang out with. I've gotten quite a lot of compliments on my model, on my avatar. People enjoy it quite a bit, and when I mention the inspiration being Spy versus Spy, they're like, I unlock core memories in their brains every single time I mention Spy versus Spy. Which is pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I enjoy that quite a bit. Yeah, a lot of people with far more expensive and detailed models than me, who's just a talking PNG, right? But thankfully there isn't like, I don't know, VTuber discrimination. I haven't seen any of that. Right? Like, I'm not looked down on for being a PNG tuber, you know? It's respected all the same. Which is nice. It's a very welcoming. So, who knows? You will perhaps see more streams and the like of me and various other VTubers from that community later in the not so distant future. I've already put out a thread asking about people interested in perhaps doing a little bit of Sonic racing. So I think that would be real fun. I want to do Sonic racing with people. I really do. I want to do Sonic racing streams with guests, but holy shit. Trying to find people who actually play Sonic racing is difficult, and I think part of that is the fact that Sonic racing is so fucking expensive. God, it's super expensive. I get not wanting to buy it at the price that it's at, right? It's one of those, you know, $69.99 games, and given that it's a Japanese game, it's probably not going to drop in price for a long while. Your best option's probably going to be buying it from a key reseller like Humble Bundle or something, right? They'll probably put it on sale. But, I don't blame them, but at the same time, personally, I find the price is worth it for this one. I find the price is actually worth it because the game is really, really good. And the DLC, the crossover DLCs, while bizarre, while some of them are bizarre, like there's a SpongeBob DLC, they're all like $5-6. They're all $5.99. And that, super, super cheap. Perfectly fine with that. $5.99 for like 2 racers and a car and a map, and music, no less, which is really good. The music in Sonic Racing is so good. The music in Sonic Racing is so good. Definitely worth it. DLC is absolutely worth it. Game is worth it. Absolutely. But, oh well. So, yeah, as far as anything else regarding SakuraCon, I got a few shirts. I got this Godzilla shirt that partially glows in the dark. I got this one shirt that makes like a butter pun on the back. It says like, it can only get butter from here, buddy. I think it's a shirt from like Karapango. That's the brand, Karapango. Some Japanese brand, I assume. I tried out some Japanese like Hokkaido chocolates. Specifically the dark chocolate is really good. I think it's Royce chocolate. That's the brand. What else? Obviously there was cosplayers out the ass. There was one guy dressed as like a shrub in a pot, right? And he carried around another fake shrub in a pot, and he would place it down and then place his pot down next to it and then sit in the pot and just pretend to be there. And he would like occasionally relocate. So I have like 2 pictures of him in 2 separate locations. And the way he disguised himself to look like a shrub was just by putting on a ghillie suit. What was essentially a ghillie suit, at least. So it was pretty funny. Among a few other interesting cosplays, a lot of K-pop Demon Hunters, a lot of anime stuff that you would expect, like a lot of Demon Slayer, a lot of One Piece, although all the usual suspects, along with some other interesting ones. Actually, hold on. Let me look at my phone here. See if I remember. There was something. Oh yeah, there was a guy dressed as Graha Tia from Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah. There's the Bush guy. Stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't take that many pictures at SakuraCon. I was a little preoccupied just enjoying it, being there, which, good sign, right? I was too occupied actually enjoying it than take that many pictures, right? But yeah, SakuraCon, very enjoyable. Went, saw plenty of stuff, met plenty of people, had a good time all around. It was a good time all around. I also got this little keychain, this little gotcha. I played a gachapon machine once, and I got a little Palmon keychain thing. And it's Palmon like sitting inside of a Digi-Egg, because I like Digimon. So yeah, that was nice, and that was sort of the big thing that happened in last month. What is now last month, as of recording and the eventual uploading of this. As for what is going to happen this month, Mm. Hold on. There are no big conventions or events or anything happening for me in person as of now this month, so hopefully my schedule will be a bit more normal for most of this month, right? But there is one thing that is happening for me, and that is that on the 9th, so very early this month, very soon, I will be going to a concert. I will be going to a Good Kid concert, in fact, on the 9th in Seattle. Now, for those of you who may not know that name, or maybe something about it sounds familiar, if you're around for my streams and you've seen some of my starting soon or be right back screens, and you've heard some of the music, the songs in there that sound like actual music, like from a normal band and not clearly just ripped from a video game soundtrack, those are songs from Good Kid. And the reason they're in there is because Good Kid is a band that, I mean, not only do I enjoy the music, but also they, as a band, have all of their content effectively public domained. In the sense, so they actively encourage you, like you go to their website and stuff, and they actively encourage you to use their music in your videos and streams and all that stuff. They do not care. They will not content ID claim you. None of that shit. They do not give a shit. they will not take your money. So I put them in there because I like the music, and it's a good, it's good additions to the playlist, I feel. Now, that also means that Good Kid, I think one of the main ways they make money is through these concerts, and I had found out that, hey, they're going to show up here to Seattle. I like their music. Why not go to a concert? So, I'm doing that. I'm doing that as well. That's about it. It's on the 9th, which is a Saturday, so that shouldn't affect my stream schedule at all. But it will be something to talk about later. And, who knows? Something very interesting might happen. I don't know. It'll be something else to add to the next Route Lab report as well. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I haven't been to that many concerts in my life. I think my first ever concert was it was a Black Keys concert back in like 2014 when I was, 14 years old. 1999 kid right here. So yeah, but the thing was, that first concert, it was naturally, I went with my parents. We left very soon in the concert because the opener, this was the part that I was actually excited for. I wasn't really that excited for Black Keys. Like, Black Keys is all right, but the thing I was excited for was the fact that Black Keys was being opened by Cage the Elephant, and I fucking love Cage the Elephant. You have no idea. Both me and my mom. I introduced my mom to Cage the Elephant. I learned about Cage the Elephant because Ain't No Rest for the Wicked is the opening song to the original Borderlands, and I was a kid when the original Borderlands came out, and me and my dad loved it. Me and my dad loved it when it came out. My headphones just turned off their audio because there's no audio currently playing for me, so they just kind of do that. But I'm not recording any of that anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, me and my dad, we liked Borderlands back in the day. We enjoyed it. So that Cage the Elephant song really got stuck in my head, as I think it did for many. And I eventually learned about the rest of Cage the Elephant's discography, and I found out I liked it. Right? I introduced it to my mom. Turns out my mom really likes it for some reason. You think my mom is a conundrum, man. She really is. Like, she's extremely self-aware in that she's like, she's very self-aware of the kind of stuff that she's into. Because at first, you know, it's the very stereotypical stuff, right? Like, she's blonde, she's into things that are hot pink, she likes a lot of jewelry, yada yada, very girly, right? Very girly and all that. But then when it comes to video games, holy shit, it could not be any more different. I introduced her to like Animal Crossing on the Switch, right? She likes the Switch. And I've introduced her to a few games on the Switch. I introduced her to, for instance, Puyo Puyo Tetris on the Switch. And that one's really funny because she doesn't even like, she's played the Puyo Puyo bit a little, but that's not what she opens the game for. She just opens the game and plays the endless Tetris mode. She just, like, when she feels like playing it, she just opens it and plays Tetris. She doesn't bother with like Puyo Puyo versus Tetris or Puyo Puyo that much. She just plays the endless Tetris mode. Funny. But you know, I got that for her at the time because I mentioned it to her and I knew she would like it because she likes puzzle games, and it can be a very chill kind of puzzle game in a way, in the sense that you just kind of zone out and play it, right? And it was like $3 at the time on sale, so I was like, hey, you should try this, and you know, it worked out. But then I introduced her to the Animal Crossing game, and she enjoyed it on the surface level. And then as things got a little bit more difficult to progress, like, you know, the resources for building up the town became a bit more demanding and or specific, and required her to like explore more and spend more time essentially grinding out the resources to get it all. And the game wasn't like directing her on how to do any of this or where to search for it or any of that. You know, the general open-ended behavior of Animal Crossing. She couldn't stand it. She could not stand it. It was so frustrating and annoying to her. You could not stand it. The open-endedness of cozy games makes her actively annoyed. She wants something to do immediately right in front of her. She wants something to do. She needs just be told, this is your objective. Go do it. And so that's why she really likes fighting games. She likes fighting games. And she has at the very least played, I think, Tekken 8. Was it Tekken 8? It was one of the Tekkens, because we demoed, yeah, I think it was Tekken 8, because we demoed it at PAX. Back before it came out. We demoed it at PAX one year, and she whooped my ass. She wrecked me. Man, give her a beat 'em up or a fighting game and she gets relentless. Holy shit. It's very funny. Very funny. But yeah, so there's all of that. There's all that happening, and what was the story I was telling? Oh yeah, the Black Keys concert with Cage the Elephant. So yeah, me and Mom, we really like Cage the Elephant. Dad likes Cage as well because, you know, Borderlands and all that. And you know, we were excited to see Cage the Elephant as an opener for the Black Keys, and we watched them, and they were really good. Cage the Elephant was really good. I believe it was one of my parents described Matt Schultz, the lead singer for Cage the Elephant, as what if Mick Jagger and Janis Joplin had a child. Given his singing and stage presence, so make of that what you will. And then it got to the Black Keys, and we were like, this is boring. We were like, this is boring, man. The Black Keys were boring in comparison. So we were just like, yeah, this ain't our scene. So we just got up and left. Plus, there was a dude behind us who was smoking, weed, who had to get taken away by security, and the scent just kind of lingered. So, didn't want to stick around for that. So yeah, we just kind of left. At that point, hadn't been to a concert in years until we moved, and then I think I went to a concert for Bare Naked Ladies, the band, the Canadian band, which is consisted entirely of dads making dad rock. It's not anything bad, YouTube. It's not anything bad. But yeah, we went to a concert for them. They're the guys who make the Craft sing the song about if I had $1 million, 1 week, stuff like that. And then again, many years go by until last year or so. Was it last year? Was it last year or the year before? I don't remember anymore. The time is getting all messed up in my head. Hold on. Right, it's in folders and video. Yes. Properties. The properties. When did I take these pictures? 2024. Okay, yeah. Right. So 2 years ago now. 2 years ago now, I went to a Judas Priest concert that was being opened by Sabaton, and Sabaton was the original reason I went there. They're the original reason I went there because, it's Sabaton. I've been a Sabaton fan since high school. I'm a history nerd, and I found I really liked their kind of power metal music. It's the exact kind of thing I like. I am the exact demographic for Sabaton. So I was initially just excited for that. But with Judas Priest being the actual main event, I soon found out that I'm just a metal fan. So that entire thing was pretty good, and specifically power metal, heavy metal and power metal. I'm not really into the black metal or death metal, stuff like that. I'm mainly into heavy metal and power metal. Your glory hammers and stuff like that, right? Glory hammers and civil wars and power wars and things like that, right? That kind of metal. And your Judas Priests. So yeah, found out I was into all of that stuff now, and now this is the most recent concert. This Good Kid one, which is completely different, has nothing to do with metal, has nothing to do with dad rock, has nothing to do with the sort of garage rock of Cage the Elephant. This is very firmly, what would you call it? What'd you call it? Indie rock? Alt rock? It's not alt. Yeah, I guess indie. Indie rock is what you would call it. Indie millennial rock, something like that. very lighthearted, very floaty. I don't know, something about it feels almost floaty. Feels very inspired by anime intros, which, yeah, the guys are pretty open about that. That they're inspired by by a whole bunch of anime and Scott Pilgrim and all that other shit. That's kind of the subculture they come from. They're pretty explicit about that. So yeah, I'm excited to go there, see what that's all about, and I'll be sure to report back on the next Strat Lab report about that concert. So yeah. Anything else? Oh yeah. So about the Smarties team. This is the thing that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. With Smarties, they are holding an event later this month. Where are you? There it is. Okay. So later this month, and I mean way later, like in the 20s of this month. I don't remember, like 26 maybe. The Smarties team is doing a fundraising live stream event with the American Heart Association. And the whole idea is essentially that anyone who wants to be involved in the charity can, well, they can just stream whenever they want during the so long as the event is happening. Oh, it's from May 23rd to May 30th. Anyone can stream anytime they want during that time frame and be a part of the event where the entire team, so everybody in the Smarties group can join in and help raise funds for the American Heart Association. You know, help out people with heart disease, right? And various other, mainly heart disease, because heart. But yeah, helping raise funds for a big old charity, right? That's about it. I am planning. It's as simple as that. Really, there's not much else in the way of details right now. I'm just mentioning it because I am planning on participating, since I will probably be streaming around these on some of these days anyway. I figure why not do it as part of the event as well, so that if anyone does show up in my streams for whatever reason, they can donate and be a part of the fundraiser. So yeah, just letting y'all know that's happening. That's all going down. Yeah, that's that. I don't have anything else to mention. So yeah, that'll be it for this Rat Lab report. I know it's not exactly a full hour or anything, but it's decently long. I figure it's decent second screen content, if you will. And I hope you enjoyed my little stories. Hope you took in the information that I have provided you, and I hope to see you all later. Bye.